Let's talk about those Parachain auctions because, again, I participated in them. And again, I'll be throwing the rest of my dot towards you guys. I'll go back on there. I kicked off and went obviously for the Moonbeam and the Akalas and the A-Stars and watched that whole process. And it's crazy because literally they're fighting it out. Like you said, it's bare knuckle and, one overtakes the other and then one wins and gets that precious Parachain slot. What do you make of Polkadot's way of putting these up for auctions? I mean, I guess it's a little frustrating, but also it's a great way of making sure that really high quality projects get that high quality real estate, right? It's almost like Sandbox. And it's almost being kind of blessed by the Polkadot network in some way and supported, as opposed to anybody can start a token on Ethereum. Am I seeing that the right way? And what's it like actually as a company on that experience?
It's actually a really complex topic. These auctions are super stressful for a parachain team that needs to launch a parachain because it's a zero-sum game, right? Like you don't win the parachain, oh damn, you have to wait for the next batch. But on one hand, yes, it does bring the project with the most support, the most community support up to the top, and they win those chains first. But I think in the beginning, what we're seeing is there are a lot of large dot holders as well that need to back, their portfolio projects, right? So there's that happening right now. But I think as more parachain slots get released, when it turns into 50 slots or beyond, then it'll be a lot of the dot will have spread around. There'll be a lot more people holding dot tokens, and so we'll have a more organic community sort of game where really the most technologically innovative projects will come to the top. I think it's working, but there are whales in the beginning, and it's a bit of a whale game right now too.
And there's only going to be 100 parachains by definition on dot.
Actually, there will be more. So they actually have a pretty aggressive plan. I think they want to go up to 1,000 at some point.
Okay.
So there's going to be, I think, 50 a year right now.
And isn't this mindset somehow the opposite of blockchain, where you should be able to build it and they will come and develop as you wish? I mean, there's a little bit of a, kind of a strange conundrum in there, right?
Well, at the same time, you want to be able to. This is the thing. Polkadot is a network that has a certain capacity. The relay chain has a certain capacity, and you want to own a slice of that real estate, of that security, right? So for these parachains, when you own that real estate, you don't have to pay any transaction fees to Polkadot. So essentially, that auction, that staking of the dot, gives you that piece of that chain. Now you can do whatever the heck you want with it, right? It's sort of like, if you own a booth at a sports stadium, or if you own a piece of real estate in the real world, you can do whatever you want with it. You can rent it out. You can build houses on it. So that's the way it works. And I think it is a fair thing because it is a sort of a limited piece of real estate. But Polkadot also has, firstly, it has parathreads. So if you want to pay as you go, just like you do on Ethereum, you can use parathreads. There's also other networks like Kusama, which are a little bit lower cost, that let some of the more experimental projects build there as well.
It's a strange game, crypto. Now, I spent the first 6 months of this year running to be mayor of London. Right? I'd never had any interest in politics before, but I went and did it because I was a little bit tired of the way things were being done in the world and in London. And I got a real introduction to what politics is. For me, blockchain is some strange mix between marketing, technology, and politics. Like, if you can't get your message out there and you can't get people's attention, then, you can have the greatest tech in the world and it won't matter. You can't use the build it and they will come analogy, because I think most developers would agree that's not true. If you don't have the hype, the use case, the eyeballs, you could have the greatest piece of tech in the world and it won't be used, or you can have the clunkiest piece of high gas technology and it will be used. How do you approach that, weird, maybe it's a trilemma in some ways, and is there a lot of marketing and politics involved as well as the code?
I think you hit the nail on the head, squarely on the head. It is not just about the technology now. What is blockchain? It's code is law, and community is creating a network around that, that code, or that sort of philosophy. So we're trying to create a vision. We've had a strong vision. We're trying to push it out to the community. We want that vision to happen. And so now we can gather the community, all the people that want to see this vision happen, they're going to support this blockchain. That is a spot on analogy. And so yeah, we have to have a strong marketing angle. We have to have a strong marketing team. We have a strong tech team, and we have to promote and put our philosophy out there. We can't just say, we have more TPS, we have more, we have more technology than the other guy. We want to actually achieve something in the world. And what do we want to achieve at Engine and Efinity? We want to make it easy, frictionless, and for people to use blockchain, build on blockchain, use NFTs. We want that vision to happen in the next few years.